Welcome to Mood Riffs, where we look at mood moving the markets and major trends right now. Today we'll look at how mood drives the public's view of drugs and the laws against them. Plus, we'll also look at how and why the Fed is not as in control of the markets as it thinks it is. On April 26, the White House announced that President Joe Biden is granting clemency to 78 individuals, consisting of 3 pardons and 75 commutations. These are President Biden's first grants of clemency since his term began in January of 2021. All but one of the charges were for drug-related crimes, ranging from possession with the intent to distribute to maintaining drug-involved premises. If social mood becomes more negative, look for leaders and the public to find more ways to relax restrictions on drugs and be more open to reducing the sentences of convicted drug offenders. When social mood turns more positive, on the other hand, you can expect more crackdowns on the drugs hitting the streets. On May 4th, the Federal Reserve raised the federal fund rate a half percentage point. The Fed chairman said the rate hike, the biggest in 2 decades, was needed to help fight inflation. Economists generally believe that interest rates and stock prices should trend in opposite directions. So, under the conventional view, rising rates should be bearish for stocks. But what happened that day is the stock market exploded higher, with the S&P up 3%. Since the market moved in the direction opposite to what Econ 101 predicts, the experts moved to Plan B, namely improvised explanations. Sure enough, by 4 p.m. on May 4th, the rationalization du jour emerged in the press. CNBC quoted an observer whose account was representative of the day's narrative. This former Wall Street executive says, Fed Chair Jerome Powell drove it right down the middle of the road during his news conference, perfectly meeting the market's expectations as evidenced by the relief rally in stocks. In other words, rising interest rates are bad for stock prices unless the market expects rates to rise, in which case rate increases are good. Got it? Unfortunately for the improvisers and rationalizers, the market gave up all the gains the next day and has continued to trend lower. Does that mean Econ 101 got it right after all? Not so fast. Chapter 2 in Socionomic Theory of Finance shows periods of up to 2 decades long when stock prices and interest rates failed to move in accordance with the textbook view. Stock market trends move to the rhythm of social mood, not exogenous machinations like interest rate policy. So, the question is, if Econ 101 is wrong with its assumption that interest rates regulate stock prices, might it also be wrong with its assumption that the Fed's interest rates policy will regulate inflation? These are just 2 examples of how social mood shapes your world. You can learn more about how mood moves the markets and shapes major trends when you join our free Socio Club at the link below. Thank you for watching.